Hello everyone, welcome to 100 Days in Hardcore Bedrock. You know what hardcore is. If you die, your world gets deleted, so try to survive. For the longest time, hardcore Minecraft was only available on Java, but recently it has been released on Bedrock. But I have a skeptical with Minecraft Bedrock for a pretty long time now. It's mostly infamous for its buggy nature, the weird unconventional deaths, and of course, it is a lot different than Java. So, for this one, I will try to survive 100 days by killing the Ender Dragon and the Wither in the same 100 days. So, right now, let's get in to day number 1. Here we are, day 1. I spawned in the taiga biome and got right into crafting a sword, axe, and boat. And then I picked up some berries and headed for the sea. I found a ruined portal nearby and it had a gold sword and pickaxe. I almost died while trying to get some wood, but I was okay. And then I found a nearby village and began stealing all of their resources and found armor and diamonds in a blacksmith. Then I began picking up the beds for something. Day 2 was just mostly placing these beds in the center of the village and place their jobs nearby so that they won't die easily by zombies and of course locate their jobs easier. Then I headed for the mountains to mine coal for emeralds. And day 3 was just me mining coal because you know why. I found another ruin that was pretty uninspired and had pretty uninspired loot, but there was a golden apple, so there was that.
Feed it steel.
I headed to the ocean to find more coal and iron in nearby caves, and found a village that included a cave, but I almost died while fighting a baby zombie, and I almost caused a massacre in the village. Day 4, I finally killed that baby zombie and started to mine for coal and iron. During my mining expedition, I found some diamonds while trying to mine some iron. Of course, I mined it with an iron pickaxe. Oh yeah, I cut out most of this mining footage since, the storage, but I did get footage of me mining diamonds. And of course, after all that mining I went through, I went back to the village. And thanks to my hard work, I got some diamond pants. And also, with the diamonds that I got, I crafted a sword and a pickaxe, because most of us probably would. Day 9, still mining, but you gotta know all that hard labor is worth it. I found this nether ruin that mostly had golden carrots, and I mined some obsidian for the nether. During around this time, I also found a village that was just mostly a ghost town, so I steal all of their resources. And right next to the village was this little cave that I found. This should be good for me since I need all that juicy loot. I also found this mineshaft too. It really didn't add much. And I left the cave and I narrowly avoided this creeper. And thanks to all that hard work, I bought some boots. And of course I'm building a portal to the nether. And of course I'm still doing all that nether work labor that I'm doing. But I have a confession to make. Some of the footage here in the 100 days is missing. Mostly because of corruption, or I couldn't record on the PS5, and mostly I just forgot to record. Anyway, here's me mining. I have nothing else to show you here. What more do you want from me? After that, I went back home and found this village right here that is mostly a ghost town at this point. I really didn't do much, just steal all the loot. After I went back home, I mostly just started a sugarcane farm that will become uncontrollable very quick. And of course I did some trading. And there's that. I started an enchantment room that was going to be built here. I don't have enough books, but I'll probably kill more cows and wait for all the sugarcane to grow. Day 19, still doing labor. Gotta get more bookshelves. And in day 20, still doing mining, but you gotta know that labor's worth it. I came back home with some bookshelves, not all of it, but you can tell all the progress is doing pretty well. And I did some of the remaining wood for my house, and for slabs in the nether, so mobs can't spawn here. Okay, I skipped a few days. I tried to stream and record at the same time, and it made the game very laggy, and almost killed my world. Yeah, almost killed my world. Wicked nearly crashed the game. And it wasn't the first time that it happened. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, on day 26, I started building on my melon and pumpkin farm. It's still in its early stages, but it's getting there. And on day 27, I found another ruin while doing a mining exploration, and really doesn't have much, but whatever. And I headed back home and started working on my melon and slash pumpkin farm, and of course expanded on my sugarcane farm. During around this time, I also found that nether portal a while back and started the nether tunnel towards it. I'm not gonna go there just yet because those nether skeletons are annoying as hell. I have nothing to say about day 29, let's move on. Day 30, I'm in a mine shaft and found diamonds. Oh yeah, I got fortune 3. Because of it, I can get a lot of coal and iron. And with that, I can sell a lot of coal and iron for emeralds. But I'm not using all the iron for profits. I'm using it for iron golems in the nether fortress because they can distract the mobs in the fortress and I can easily get nether wart and blazes. Day 33 and 34 were just me finding the ender portal. And in day 35, I found it. I just needed to connect the tunnel before I'm done with here. I headed back home and tried to start a swamp breeder, but it didn't really work out. And then I mostly expand the sugarcane farm. I also kill more blazes. I need more blaze rods and blaze powder so I can get to the end and kill the ender dragon. Okay, looks like I'm gonna do a montage, so here we go. Sailing, expansion, phantoms, carving, and farming. Yep, I'm ready to fight the ender dragon now. Let's do it. I prepared potions, gear, everything for this fight. And of course iron golems. So yeah, this fight was very easy because I fought him a bunch of times. I found an end gate it contained the end city and of course the elytra. And of course I pick it up that easily and killed a lot of shulkers there. And of course I headed back home. Honestly, placing that dragon egg there is basically a terrible idea. It's gonna bite me in the end. Anyway, I'm trying to get this villager for mending. It's gonna take a while, but it will probably take a day. See, wasn't hard. I also expanded the sugarcane farm. Like I said, it gets out of control very completely. I started working on a storage room right below the blacksmith in my house, and of course I headed to the forest to get wood to get more chests. And oh yeah, I started working on the second floor right below the storage system. It's basically more room for storage. What more do you want from me? Day 51, I'm trying to get this dragon egg. It turns out I didn't pick it up. That will probably bite me later. Anyway, still working on the house and working on the roofs. It looks pretty good. And then I forgot about the dragon egg and then realized that it's missing for some reason. Yep, I checked the footage. Looks like I'm not gonna get it back. Well, I'm just gonna fix the house anyways, so hey, it looks fine, I guess. I'm expanding my melon farm today. It looks pretty bad, but you know, it's fine, I guess. I'm also expanding the farm too. It looks pretty good. Yep, still working on the farm, but looks like I need more redstone, so I'm just gonna go into the caves, I guess. Yep, just me doing caves. Let's move on. I got the few layers of the melon farm done, but the front side looks a little ugly. I cleaned it up, it looked pretty good, so I'm gonna focus on the villagers. I'm trying to get new enchantments from them, but looks like some of them aren't really up to code. So I'm working on some papers so I can trade emeralds for basically enchanted books so I can get some of the better enchantments for my tools. And oh yeah, I'm already expanding the sugarcane farm. Again. Yeah, it's big, but I don't really care. I need more sugarcane. I don't really care too much. I'm expanding the farm though. It needs a little bit of trim work since, you know, big melon farm over there. But it looks pretty good at the end of the day, so I don't really care too much. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. Day 66, I found a village just about 1,000 blocks away, and its location is actually pretty good. Pretty flat, and a pretty good way to probably fight the raids, and probably a good place to fight the wither. I have the coordinates, so I'll always come back to it. Anyway, brought 2 sheep back in the newly expanded sheep farm. I don't know why I said that, but whatever. And I mostly headed to a villager outpost. I'm going to experiment and some raids, and of course trying to start experimenting raids and see what village could be useful in these 2 villages. Anyway, pretty much in day 67, I just mostly mowed sugarcane. I mean, do you want me to see me do that? I don't think so. Anyway, all that happened on day 69. Day 70, I'm in the forest trying to build a dog army, but it looks like there's only 1 wolf, so I'll probably try again later. Anyway, started up a raid for the first time, and to be honest, these raid sounds are just way too loud. Mojang, if you're watching this, just please nerf them. They're just too loud. Anyway, I did the raid and it went pretty well. as you might expect, and of course I did get here in the village. Gotta say though, it took 2 days because those villagers are just way too hard to find. Ugh. Anyway, did some pretty good profits and got some enchanted books of Unbreaking 3 and of course some mending. That's all you need to know. Anyway, I need more redstone, so I'm in the caves again. While I was in the caves, I found an ancient city and stole Swift Sneak 3, but you know, I really don't care for these much at all, but hey, I got 63, so there's that. I think all I did in day 75 was chop some wood. I need those for the melon farm. Yep, I'll probably never be done with this melon farm because honestly, it's just wickedly profitable. And honestly, really useful for future builds or something. Anyway, all I did in day 76 and 77 was just mostly just in the nether fortress. It was just me just trying to find wither skeleton skulls. I'm gonna fight the wither in day 100. Farming! And then I finally got to complete that last goal on day 80. Remember, I'm just gonna fight the wither on day 100 because the wither terrifies me on Bedrock. I'm electing a bunch of dogs here on day 81 during a thunderstorm. It took a while, but whatever. And I finally got to expand the breeder. It's been a project that has been a bit buried for a while, but I finally got to do it. There's some villagers that got in the way, but you know, they're like nitwits or whatever. I need more beds, so I turned all the sheep into black, so I can get black beds everywhere. Now, I don't care if the villagers are in my house, I just don't really care too much. And after that, it was finally completed. It only took 2 days, but the villager expansion is now completed. I'm in the stronghold again. I would like to mention I found a tricky trial there, but we're not going to talk about it. I found the other library that I needed to find, and I need these bookshelves for something. And of course, it was also for lecterns. I mean, what you expect. Because of the new enchantments, my anvil broke, so it's time to craft a new version of it. I also need paper. I need to get insanely amount of profits for this one. I don't care if this sugarcane farm is big. All I care is about the paper that I'm getting. Today, I installed the Fletcher. It'll buy me emeralds for arrows. And I got back to the villager outpost to get bad omen, but looks like there won't be, so I'll probably try again later. Anyway, I got to expand the breeder. It looks pretty good. I decided to do it because I wanted villagers to just trade around the center of the town so that they won't have to be like clogged together in one area. I also added a lectern. I forgot to add that. After that, I went back to the end. I need better loot. It's just not satisfied with what I've been getting as of late. You know, even with all this loot, it's gonna take me a lot of levels. Anyway, I started a good old-fashioned dog army near the outpost. And looks like the bad omen's back on the menu once again. That's pretty good. Went back home, I want to change this fountain to more of a modernized, clean look. I don't like the cobblestone. And it looks like I'm on the last 10 days. I gotta prepare myself for the wither. That guy hits hard on Bedrock. Hey, it looks like I'm using that other village I found 1,000 blocks away to be used as the main base for the wither fight. I mean, I mostly just dig straight a hole, but whatever. Anyway, while I was trying to connect the two portal rooms, I almost died, but thankfully I had a totem. Alright, it only took a day, but I finally connected the two portal rooms to my main base all the way to the wither base. That's all you need to know. Anyway, I only used the dog army for the first few waves. I don't want to risk a wolf dying, but at least the raid went pretty well. And it only took a day, like I said. It's pretty easy. It looks like it's a lot of profits. Let's do it. Yes, a lot of money and new villagers. And all of day 97 was just me farming. Ow! Day 98, while trying to get fish, I got a trident. I really don't need this, but whatever, I'll take it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I had a plethora of cats. And of course, on day 99, I set for final preparations for this wither fight. I made new weapons for the fight, and of course, I headed to the nether. I forgot about the wither skulls, and of course, the soul sand. Whoopsie. And here we are, day 100. I'm nervous. Let's do this. That was rough. Probably should have dig the hole into Bedrock level. Also, there's a mine shaft there. Anyway, I headed back home and watched the sun go down. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to tell you. During the making of 200 Days, my game experienced some technical difficulties, and that unfortunately led to the world getting corrupted, and of course, unfortunately, had to delete it, and I didn't have a backup save, so yeah, rest in peace to this world. But it's not over though. I did make a new 100 Days world, and you can check it out once it comes out, but it's not gonna come out in I would say a few weeks. I'm kind of tired of making this video. And that's it for 100 Days. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm gonna be taking a break from making videos since I'm gonna be starting 12th grade, and I want to take a break from the internet to focus on myself mentally and physically. However, I do have a lot of videos planned later this year. I just don't know when they're going to be released at some point, but I'll be making a Thunderbolts analysis video that will be coming out eventually once it comes out on digital. As for 100 Days, I'm not sure when the new videos are going to be coming up soon, but I do have some videos planned for the 100 Days, and of course some 100 drops from Fortnite if you want to see those. Until then, I'm going to be taking a break. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Subscribe if you want to see more 100 Days or whatever you want to see on my channel.